We have filmmakers with us today, and they are, in this case, supernatural horror thriller movie filmmakers. Nice to have you with us. We have Angie Johnson-Schmidt and Andrew Johnson-Schmidt. Sorry, that's a long name.
It is. That's a long name.
You know, when you get a name like mine, a four-letter word, it's just, you know, it gets. Anyway, lovely to have you on again. And we talked about Witchchild before, and it's done. Finished.
No.
You're just raising money to do it.
Right. This is our stuff in the past was short movies and web series, and now we're stepping it up with a group of 12 other filmmakers. We came together in an LLC to make something as huge as a feature-length film. Which
is kind of monumental, ambitious.
It's a big job, yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
big job. So
there's never been a homemade horror feature film in the history of Yavapai County, and there's been movies made in Yavapai County for 102 years.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there have been other things that have been shot in Yavapai County, but this is the first 100% made. It's going to be edited, the sound, everything will happen right here.
So number one, that, and number two, a different genre than we've seen made in this county before. Well, speaking of, you're going to be giving the history, along with Tom Slayback, of the film in Yavapai County. Tell us about that.
Yeah, this Sunday at the Peregrine Book Company, you know, they have talks there. And at 2 o'clock, we're going to give a talk with slides of all the movies that have been made since Tom Mix movies were being made back over by where Yavapai Hills is now, and all the way to the present with this production of Witchchild.
Witchchild. It sounds really like scary, don't you think? I mean, is it scary? It's going to be scary?
It is a horror movie, but it's not, this is not a slasher flick.
Oh,
this
good,
is more
hard. I like to be scared, but not when I'm getting diced up.
This is more of a...
It's a ghost story.
Yeah, it's a ghost story.
Oh, that's the best kind. That's the supernatural part coming into that. So, did you write this?
Yes.
Together, joint writing?
The two of us and our writing partner, Christian Smith, who used to be in Coyote Radio Theater years ago. So
love it. I wish you'd bring that back. I just loved it. I loved it. I loved it. It was old-fashioned radio. It was the cutest thing ever, except it was on stage, so you could see you doing all those voices and characters, which was wonderful. But back to the movie now.
Yes.
This, where did you get your inspiration for Witchchild? Are you supernatural horror fans? Or?
No, actually, we are big chickens when it comes to horror movies. Maybe that makes us
see this.
Yeah.
I really love the supernatural suspense, Sixth Sense kind of poltergeist kind of thing. So we do like that.
Yeah,
we're not big
mystery.
slasher movie fans at all. That's just not my thing.
But
the inspiration actually came completely by accident. I was looking around on the internet and I came across a story about an archaeologist working in northern Italy on church property. They excavated an old graveyard on church property and they opened up a casket and found a young girl. I think she was about 13 and she was buried face down.
Oh.
And it just, it's unusual. It's not unheard of, but it's unusual. And their theories behind that is that it was a way to keep her from rising come the resurrection. So that this was a punishment. And it triggered the idea and we started rolling with it. I brought it up to Andrew and I said, I have a name.
Starting
I don't know anything else yet, but Witchchild.
Beautiful. So based on a true story, which is really interesting too, as much as we know of it, and the rest is fill-in. So I think we should take a little look, because you do have a trailer, and then we'll talk about where you are with Witchchild at this point. But let's take a look at Witchchild, coming soon to theaters near you.
Retorque malo, in adversarios meos.
You okay? She's okay.
Moving on.
Hi, I'm Andrew Johnson-Schmidt.
And I'm Angie Johnson-Schmidt.
And we're members of the Burns Unit, an independent filmmaking group in Prescott, Arizona.
Between us, our members have crewed on over 100 productions.
And this summer, we're making a feature film of our own called Witchchild.
Witchchild is a horror story about a little girl accused of witchcraft. She was buried face down so her soul wouldn't rise. Witchchild was inspired by movies like Cat People, Poltergeist, and The Ring.
Witchchild is about things lurking in the shadows.
We're pooling our own money together and our skills, but we still need your help to make Witchchild as badass as possible.
For instance, we'll be filming our witch's ghost underwater to make her baddie look extra scary. That also means paying an underwater cinematographer and a bump in insurance.
We've got great rewards for our backers, including digital download of the film, CDs, soundtrack, t-shirts, or even come be an extra in the film.
With your support, we can make Witchchild one hell of a scary movie.
And settle.
Camera speeds.
Sound is speeding.
Mark it. Witchchild, scene 1, take 1. And action!
Oh, that looked really scary at first. You were saying when you were filming that, and here this poor girl's getting water poured over her head. It was like, what, 50 degrees out? And
Right.
the water's freezing when it hits the ground or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, Teray Goodman Phillips, who was the actress who played the Witchchild for the pitch video, she's a big horror fan, and so I asked her, I said, it's probably going to be cold, and she's like, I don't care, I want to do it.
I'll do it, I'll do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the great thing about this is actually not a trailer because the film is not to that point, but this is a pitch video for Kickstarter. Tell us about that.
Well, Kickstarter.com, some people may have heard about it. It's a way to raise money in what they call crowdfunding. Basically, people back the film. They put in anywhere from $5 to $5,000. They get rewards for being backers of the film, and they get to see it come into the world. We had prepared 6 months for our start of our Kickstarter campaign on April 29th. So 32 days of campaign. And the thing with Kickstarter is you either raise your goal amount, in this case $15,000, or you get nothing.
Right.
You could be $1
interesting.
short
Right.
and you get nothing.
Got to go the distance.
We made
Exactly.
$10,000 on our first day because we prepared really well.
Yeah.
And now we're in that middle ground where we're trying to let people who haven't heard about it yet hear about it.
Sure.
We are $2,498 away from our goal.
Okay, and you have till May 31st, so people go
That's
on
right.
Kickstarter.com and look up Witchchild, and they can donate to make this a reality because this is going to be a very neat production. You know, I have to say, and you saw this in the video, we have some of our Aztv team working on it as well.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of fun to have them too. Now, this Saturday, you're having a casting call?
Absolutely. So we want to have local talent in this movie, because remember, this movie is going to go worldwide. We're looking to sell this in the Chinese market and other emerging places where they have movie theaters crying out for movies. So this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at space number 214, which is across from the Wildflower Bread Company at Gateway Mall. People just show up there. You don't need to have a headshot. You don't need any experience. Show up, act natural, and maybe we'll put you in the movies.
That's right. You look good, and you know you're what you're looking for. Maybe not good. It's a horror film. Come on. Okay, so Witchchild, Andrew and Angie Johnson Schmidt. Thanks so much for joining us. We look forward to the movie.
Thank you.
Claire.